Well, as usual, we seem to be one step further forwards and 2 steps back. If I press that little button, nothing's happening. But if I connect a battery direct to the motor, you can hear that's working fine. So I'll have to have a look at this circuit now. I don't think there's much I can do, but we'll have a look. Better just check we're actually getting power out of the battery. Bit more investigation. It looks like this red wire going down to the battery box is possibly disconnected in there, or it may even be as simple as the metal plate that the battery goes onto there is so corroded it may be the wire has broken off where it's corroded in there. If I bypass it, then you can hear the motor running. But if I bypass it to where it should be, pressing that button still doesn't get it going. That button should trigger the circuitry in there to make the motor run. And it's not the button, because if I short out straight across the button, that's not doing it either. So I'm going to have to do a bit more, but while I've got that out, it might be interesting to look at this little gearbox thing. At the bottom, that's the impeller that pushes the water through. This is the gear that's actually driven by the motor. So if I turn that by hand, you can see the impeller moving at the bottom. You can also see this, we'll call it a plunger for now, going up and down. That's the thing that makes the little fella bounce up and down on his seat. That's driven by a couple of cams on there. And you've got this thing goes up and down as well. So that cam there, as that turns round, pushes that in and out, and that's the bit that blows bubbles into the bubble, or blows air into the bubble making area. So I really would like to try and get this working, but it looks like I've got to try and replace that wire at the very least. But even if I've done that, it does look like this circuit board isn't working anymore. Well, I think I've figured out why the little circuit board's not working. I'm going to have to zoom in on this. I'll put this little piece of paper here. Let's zoom in. I don't know if you can see, but that transistor there has only got one leg. The others have rusted away, because I thought there was a bit of dirt under there. I just poked it with a bit of plastic and the bit of dirt disappeared. We've got a one-legged transistor. I can see it clearer now. So I'm just see if I can get the number off that, see if I've got anything that might match it. Up in my super messy workroom, I took a photo of that transistor and zoomed it in so I could see what it is, and it's an S8550. So we're up in my room looking at my box of transistors. These are ones that I bought in packs, and these are odd ones that for various reasons I've scavenged out of existing circuits. and I've sat here for a few minutes going through them, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's right, I've sorted them, and I couldn't believe it because I just pulled that one out, and that one does say, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, $8550. So we'll see if we can get that one out. It's not going to be that difficult with only one leg still left, but we need to clean out the holes for the other two and see if we can get this one in there and see if that works. I've desoldered the old one, our one-legged transistor. Now I've got to try and get this one into the same place. Right, well, that's replaced our 8550. Now we've got to replace this wire that appears to be disconnected between there and there, but it's glued in place. Might have to melt it out or something. Well, just temporarily, to check it is actually faulty, that bit of wire, I've soldered another bit of wire. I'm just holding directly onto the battery terminal. Can you hear it? It's working. So that's some sort of timer effect. So we have to wait for it to stop again. Well, I won't bother waiting, but I do know now that I have got to replace that bit of wire. So I'm going to have to get into that bit of glue, dig it out and see what we can do. I'm trying to dig it out with a screwdriver. I wonder if we can push the metal plate up. Yeah, that's what we're trying to solder onto, that bit at the end. I think I've managed to get that to take some solder. Right, see if we can solder that on there and then push it up through. Okay, that's on there. Right, that's back in place. Nothing. Ah, that's because one of those wires have come loose with all that moving around. Yeah, need to resolder that now and desolder that temporary wire. Okay, I'm gonna have to edit a lot of this video, I think. But that's working. I need to fill that hole. I guess I could use hot glue. Hot glue isn't very good for sealing things that are going to get wet, to be honest. It's alright for a while, but then it just needs to give a little bit round the edges and then the water can get in. Still, there we go. Hot glue to seal the hole.